So you really did kill your father?
Ghosts never die.
They asked me before to come back. They asked me in the last year and a half to come back.
If I didn't die, it means I'm still working, right? And my damn checks don't got power on it no more.
They're closing in.
Am I calling a favor?
Yo, I heard from you in a minute. Come on, we family for life. What is going on though? Alright, so tell them niggas to bring the smoke. We'll come lay them the fuck out. Simple. Send me the details and I'll be there. I'm on my way.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. So with there only being one episode left for the finale, the series finale of Power Book 4 Force, us obviously know we're getting the spinoff Power Legacies. This war is coming to an end in its last episode. We're all hoping the episode like an hour and a half, especially because they plan with us with this 1 week break. But with all that happening, there's a lot of questions, concerns about characters who could be returning or showing up to help Tommy win this war, and also with there being a new spin-off, possible new locations and places for characters to re-enter the story. So in this video we're going to talk about a few. Obviously Tariq, he's the one most notable and incredible that everyone kind of 100% expects to show up. Then we got to talk about Ghost. There was the IMDb situation last week we dived into. We're going to talk more about that, how I thought he was going to return in other series and how he still can even if he doesn't return like as a live character. We're going to break that down. And the last one we're going to talk about is of course 2-Bit, a character, a loyal soldier, that someone that people have been questioning why they couldn't move him over to Force for a long time now due to him and Tommy's relationship, everything like that. So we got a lot to get into. As usual, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe to know any other videos you want to see before the finale next week. But let's go ahead and get right into it. So we of course got to start off with Tariq because he's going to be the fastest for us to get through. Like I said, we all pretty much know he's confirmed at this point. In fact, at the time of recording this video, I'm pretty sure 50 Cent just made a post on IG with a picture of Tommy and Tariq on the phone. They, for some reason, still got a small section of people who still think it's not Tariq he's going to call, even though in the preview trailer for episode 10, at the end, he says, I'm going to call in a favor. And then we know at the end of Book Ghost, we saw Tariq get that phone call and have a conversation. Like I made a video on that over a year ago, and then I made a video about them getting a spinoff way before it was announced because I knew how Power never ends. I knew how this was gonna go. So for some reason they still got a few people who don't think it's Tariq. 50 Cent is confirming it right here. If you still don't think it's him, I don't know what to tell you, but Tariq is definitely going to show up and pop up, and I think it's due to the fact obviously he's at war with Jannard. I think Jannard is still going to have the Marquez cartel who's out to get him. Obviously we can see in the preview trailer as well, Jannard is going to team up with Vic. Vic got off the plane for some reason to come back and make sure to put down Tommy. I made a whole video about that a few days ago. And then I think another person who he's going to have on his side is Madam Wu, because she talked about someone hitting their dice game or their gambling shit in Chinatown earlier this season. Obviously we know that was D-Mac, and we know when D-Mac, after he hit the lick, at least Jannard saw the shit he took and everything like that, so maybe he could get her on his side as well. So he's gonna need that favor to get the upper hand, and we got already seen in the trailer, it looks like someone comes in and saves Tommy. Now I'm hoping he doesn't just only bring Tariq. I mentioned that it would be nice for him to bring Braden. I know we all want to see the Tariq and D-Mac, Tommy's 2 nephews, link up. How cool that would be. But Tommy meeting his Tommy, or Tariq's version of Tommy, the white boy, I think it would be cool to see. I did see Gianni on TikTok say he's not returning for Power Legacies, so he definitely won't be in there, but it would still be nice if they have this one-off moment and come through, save and help Tommy, because we know in Tariq's show, the way it ended, he has this whole organization in place with obviously Davis as his lawyer. He has the white man that took over after Don Carter, working for the police force, getting paid through that. So he has a whole system in play running the money. He obviously got Effie at Stansfield, and he has Braden doing the boxing ring and the fighting ring and shit that Zion used to do. So his whole system is in play to where he could leave and maneuver and do whatever he wants, and they don't necessarily have to be in Legacy, but they could pop up every now and then. So that would be cool to see. But for sure, Tariq is basically guaranteed at this point. I just wanted to go ahead and get him out the way first.
I know who snitched on you about Poncho. He ain't in here no more. He out there. Fucking Spanky.
Spanky? Ain't that your boy, though?
That nigga's fool. By the way, I took care of that nigga Dre.
My man. We straight, 2-Bit.
Next up is 2-Bit. I want to do him before it goes because he's probably the one, like the secondary character that everyone is asking for to return most. Obviously Ghost is different because half the people think he's dead, some people still think he's alive. We'll get to that later. But 2-Bit, interestingly enough, is someone people have been requesting for a long time that just makes sense. Now I've been thinking of the argument that the problem what I've been having with power shows is they get a little stale with every single character just plotting, planning, and scheming around one another. Like obviously that's the interesting part as well, but it's always nice to have that one loyal soldier motherfucker right next to you, and that's what they had with Tommy and Liliana. Liliana's still one of my favorite power characters in general. Like I liked how they brought her back in for season 1 because that was a whole surprise. A lot of people didn't even remember Liliana, but her and Tommy was locked in through thick and thin, and we saw everything he went through to get her revenge, to kill Claudia, in the remembrance of Liliana because she was loyal. She was down since day one. And that's how 2-Bit is with Tommy as well. 2-Bit is probably the least flawed nigga in the power universe when it comes to the street side of things. I mean, he even got Tommy to take out his own best friend, his partner Spanky, because he snitched to get out of jail early. Of course, he took out Dre for Tommy as well because Dre was a hoe, he was a snitch. So him and Tommy didn't always necessarily see eye to eye, but they did when it came to the street shit, the codes and the rules, all this and that. He was okay with working with Tommy. So everyone always requested bringing him back, especially because he had a lot of one-offs in Book Ghost when he was punking Tariq for money and then caught that body from him, and then took Tariq's car to give him the letter to go to Tasha and save Tommy from killing her, that whole situation. So we had instances of him being brought back, but not a full character with his own storylines and things going on, and that can happen at the end of Force and possibly in a new show, in a new spinoff. If they move to a new territory and they need men, muscle, loyal soldiers to come with them and know they're down for whatever, 2-Bit is the perfect character to do that with for Tommy. And then once again, everyone's been asking for it. I don't see no reason that they shouldn't do this. That, I mean, I know a lot of people talked about him using to date, or he used to date Courtney Kemp, the writer, creator of Power in general, so that's why his role got diminished. But fuck all that, people have been asking for it. It makes sense. It would be cool to see. There's not a lot of characters in the Power universe that's still alive that they can actually utilize in a new spinoff. He's one of them, and people are fucking with him. Bring him back. And last but not least, obviously Ghost. Now once again, I mentioned Power World was on fire last week with everybody talking about Ghost with the IMDb situation. Now even in that video I said IMDb wasn't a reliable source, but everybody was talking about how he was credited for the finale of Power Book 4. So everybody thought, people thought Tommy was calling him. I said that makes no fucking sense, because like Tommy wouldn't know he was alive. So if Ghost ever was to show up, it would be out the blue, or it would be a surprise. But nonetheless, because IMDb showed that and they were saying it was confirmed he was going to be in the finale and shit like that, everybody was really getting excited, getting hyped, and people still are expecting him. Now once again, I necessarily don't. I told you guys way back when that I was done believing Ghost was ever coming back, at least as a live character. And then I thought like maybe he's not even coming back as a hallucination, because there has been multiple points that he could have came back and just didn't. Like even as a voiceover, I remember when Tariq got arrested for that cop that King set him up with, and Ghost wrote him that letter in case he ever got arrested. They couldn't even use Ghost's voice to read that letter to Tariq. Or when Tariq saw all the dead people, the people he killed or indirectly caused their death, he saw all of them, had a conversation with them in the classroom. They didn't show Ghost in that scene as well. And then on top of that, I just felt like they were never gonna bring him back in general. But once they announced Power Legacies, I'm like, okay, now I give it a slight possibility, because what is Power Legacies without Ghost? James St. Patrick is the legacy of Power. Like he's the reason for all this shit. But if I was being real, I always thought that the way Ghost was gonna return, Omari Hardwick that is specifically, is in Power Origins. I told you guys like how in Raising Kanan, he's doing the voiceover, well 50 Cent is doing the voiceover as Big Kanan, talking about the past, the Fan Tower, everything went down, how it shaped him to be who he was. And I'm like, Omari Hardwick could do that in Origins with the shit with his father and how that went down, and the shit with Angela, why he set up Kane and this and that, every decision he decided to make. But I'm like, do they even want to pay him to do that? So it's a lot of scenarios that I think Omari Hardwick and Ghost can fit in, but it's the fact that are they willing to pay him now at this point when it's been what, 6 years and they still haven't decided. They still have been saying no, basically, that they never gave it a chance when, like I said, they have multiple instances to do so. Once again, with Power Legacies being announced, it's forever going to be a topic of conversation because it's dealing with his best friend Tommy and his son Tariq. So now the conversations are never going to die for real. At this point, they should have just already been showed the body when they first killed him. These wouldn't even be conversations, but it's gonna forever be sticking around. They're never gonna do a hallucination. Even in Book Force, they could have showed some hallucinations because Tommy hallucinated Holly. He had points where he could have saw Ghost, where he needed his best friend. That didn't happen either. I don't know. Ghost, it's a stretch, but there is multiple opportunities, like I've been mentioning, to bring him back. So I guess you guys who still hoping, wishing for it, hold on to that. But as for me, I gotta give up at this point. Overall, that's it for this video. I think there's very few characters from OG Power that could bring back. I know a lot of people mentioned Cristobal. I was actually going to talk about Proctor's daughter in this video as well, Lisa Marie. I think they could possibly bring her back with the Italian mob and everything like that. Tommy did tell her come see him one day if she ever wants to answer about her father, of course. But I don't know if they're gonna do that, especially when we still have to see the location for the new Power show. But I definitely think we know Tariq is confirmed and that they need to give 2-Bit another opportunity, a chance. A character like him, like I said, that's just loyal, like Julio from Original Power. Somebody like that that's just loyal to be loyal, that's just in this shit to be in this shit. They're not trying to scheme and work their way up or betray someone. I think that'd be nice to have, but you guys can let me know your thoughts on that down below. And let me know your thoughts on Ghost. If you think he's alive, dead, put that down below as well. As usual, leave a like, comment, subscribe, but I'm out.